And the gate moves on to the backstretch. First race Pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing on the outside. There goes McBeantown showing sharp early speed down inside Marcus Seelster. Moving up on the outside, Tailhook comes away third. Salvador Sun drops in fourth. A length back, Better in Cash. And in the field, it's So It Goes. Paddock turned the first time. McBeantown takes command. It's McBeantown on top here, shown away by a length and a half. Tailhook in the pocket, moving up on the outside. Here comes Marcus Seelster. Marcus Seelster moving up on the outside from third. Opening quarter on the board goes in 26-1. They're in the stretch for the first time. On the outside, Marcus Seelster, McBeantown battled out for the lead. Tailhook giving chase, racing third. Salvador Sun at the pylons. Racing in fourth up on the outside. There goes Better in Cash. And trailing the field, it's So It Goes. They swing around the clubhouse turn. Marcus Seelster draws clear. Marcus Seelster takes command now. McBeantown back to second up on the outside, advancing. Here comes Better in Cash. Halftime goes in 54-2. They straighten out down the backstretch. Sean Gray has Marcus Seelster on top, 3 parts of a length. Better in Cash right there on the outside of Challenge. McBeantown toward the inside, racing third. Gap of 2. Tailhook locked in as they round the fourth turn. It's Marcus Seelster at 4-5, 3 parts of a length. Right there on the outside, Better in Cash. McBeantown towards the inside, chasing in third. 3/4 here in 1:23-1. They're on the final turn. Better in Cash on the outside, puts ahead in front. Marcus Seelster battles back towards the inside. Moving up on the outside, gaining ground. Here comes Salvador Sun. Salvador Sun getting up on the outside, 3 wide third. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home from between horses. Better in Cash on the grandstand side. Here comes Salvador Sun looking for the upset here at 22-1. It will be Salvador Sun at 22-1. Time for the mile, 1:53-3. Owned by David Del Pozo, trained by Jamie Gerard, driven to a new lifetime record by Kevin Switzer Jr. Salvador Sun pacing the mile in 1:53 3/5. Race 2 Pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing on the outside. There goes Son of Plato. Good start for Son of Plato down inside. It's Pembroke Pirate. My Better's Dell comes away third. Desperado settles in at the pylons. Racing in fourth, a length back to Cheyenne Toby. Then comes Patty All Day. And trailing the field, that's Latin King. Midway through the paddock turn the first time, it's Son of Plato. Son of Plato on top by a length. Pembroke Pirate right there, tucked in, racing in second. My Better's Dell moving up towards the inside third as they pace by the opening quarter. In 28-2, they're in the stretch for the first time. Rolling up on the outside, here comes My Better's Dell, and My Better's Dell takes command. Son of Plato backs off in second. Pembroke Pirate is third. Desperado fourth up on the outside. There goes Cheyenne Toby, followed up by Patty All Day. Your trailer is Latin King. They swing around the clubhouse turn. My Better's Dell at 4-1 on the point. Motoring up on the outside, here comes Pembroke Pirate now second. Son of Plato boxed in towards the inside third. They're halfway home in 57-2. They straighten out down the backstretch. On the outside, Pembroke Pirate down inside. It's My Better's Dell, those two heads apart. Locked in towards the inside, Son of Plato. Cheyenne Toby poised on the outside, second over. Racing in fourth, trapped in towards the inside, Desperado. Racing in fifth. 3/4 here in 1:25-4. They're on the final turn. Pembroke Pirate on the outside comes on to get the lead. Here comes Cheyenne Toby moving up on the outside. Towards the inside, My Better's Dell racing in third. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home on the wide side. It's Pembroke Pirate. My Better's Dell battles back towards the inside with Cheyenne Toby. From between horses, here comes Son of Plato. It's Pembroke Pirate towards the inside. My Better's Dell far outside. Latin King at the wire. They are heads apart. Time for the mile, 1:55-3. And the gate moves on to the backstretch. Third race Pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. McNugget going out for the lead. On the outside, there goes Peppermint Mocha. Symphony Silster down inside comes away third. Scotland Silster on the outside is fourth. A length back to My Nina Bonita. Gap of a length and a half to Katie Caught. Your trailers are Art of Wiggling, Middleroni and Cheese at the back of the pack. Paddock turn the first time. It's Peppermint Mocha on the front end. She leads it by a length. Quarter time goes in 27-1. They're in the stretch for the first time. And Jim Hardy has Peppermint Mocha at 13-1 on the point. Drafting along in second, it's McNugget. Symphony Silster pacing the pylons third up on the outside. Here comes Scotland Silster, followed by My Nina Bonita up on the outside. It's Katie Caught, Art of Wiggling, and on the field it's Middleroni and Cheese. As they swing around the clubhouse turn, still Peppermint Mocha on top by a length. Pocket Trip McNugget right there, tucked in a snug second. Up on the outside, first up, uncovered in third. It's Scotland Silster. Halftime goes in 57-1. They straighten out down the backstretch. Peppermint Mocha, 3 parts of a length. Scotland Silster right there on the outside. Those two now heads apart. McNugget pinned in at the pylons, racing in third. Up on the outside, My Nina Bonita. Trapped in towards the inside, it's Symphony Silster. Racing in fifth. 3/4 here in 1:26-3. They round the final turn. Battle up front towards the inside. Peppermint Mocha. Symphony Silster right there on the outside. Up on the outside. 3 wide. Here comes My Nina Bonita. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. And Symphony Silster puts ahead in front. They're homeward bound down on the inside. It's Symphony Silster, and she's got the lead. Moving up on the far outside. Here comes Katie Caught. Katie Caught up the pylons with a burst of speed. McNugget at the wire. They are heads apart. Time for the mile, 1:56-4. Major, owned and trained by Mike Gerard, driven to victory by Bruce Ranger. McNugget pacing the mile in 1:56-4. And the gate moves on to the backstretch. Fourth race Pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. There goes Armady Blue Chip. Good start for Armady Blue Chip. Right alongside Finbar. From between horses, Han Solo comes away. Racing in third. Far outside, Spano Dash is fourth. Down inside, Uncle Joe T, followed up by Still In. And on the field, it's Wyatt J. Paddock turn the first time. Rolling up on the outside, here comes Han Solo. And Han Solo on the outside comes on to get the lead from Finbar racing in second. As they pace by the opening quarter in 27-4, they're in the stretch for the first time. And Sean Gray has Han Solo on top by a length. Finbar is second. Matty Blue Chip towards the inside of ground saving third. First up on the outside, here comes Still In from fourth, locked in. Spano Dash up on the outside, Wyatt J. And now trailing the field, it's Uncle Joe T. They swing around the clubhouse turn. Han Solo on top by a length. Finbar tracking in second. On the outside, racing third, Still In. Halftime goes in 56-2. They strain out down the backstretch. Han Solo continues to lead towards the inside. Finbar Still In up on the outside, racing third. Locked in towards the inside, Matty Blue Chip. Wyatt J on the outside, followed by Uncle Joe T. Now trailing the field, it's Spano Dash as they round the fourth turn. Han Solo, 3 parts of a length, Still In, getting a little bit closer on the outside. 3/4 on the board here in 124-1. They're on the final bend. Han Solo, and he's got the lead. Still in, draws alongside those two now, heads apart. Finbar looking for racing room towards the inside. Racing in third, up on the outside. Here comes Wyatt J racing in fourth. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home on the grandstand side. Still in, puts ahead in front. Han Solo battles back towards the inside. Han Solo still in, grandstand side. Here comes Wyatt J. Wyatt J on the outside. Coming on. Time for the mile, 1:52-3. Jackie Green Stables, trained by Jackie Green, driven to victory by Ron Cushing. Wyatt J pacing the mile in 1:52-3. And the gate moves onto the backstretch. Race 5 pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing on the outside. Leave and roll, sprinting out for the lead. Down inside, Cousin Tumbleweed. Be Cool Full on the outside, away third from between horses. Samuel Blue Chip racing in fourth. On the outside, it's Brady to Gronk, followed up by Great Pop-Up, Vaquero, Waynepedia, and a trail in the field, that's District Attorney. Paddock turn the first time. Here comes Leave and Roll, and Leave and Roll draws clear. Leads it by a length. Opening quarter on the board goes in 27 seconds flat. And as they come by the stands for the first time, Mike Stevenson has Leave and Roll on top by a length. Right there, Cousin Tumbleweed racing in second. Be Cool Fool towards the inside third, followed by Samuel Blue Chip. Next in line, it is Brady to Gronk as they swing around the clubhouse turn. Leave and Roll shows the way by a length. Pocket Trip, Cousin Tumbleweed moving up on the outside. Here comes Samuel Blue Chip racing third. They're halfway home in 56-2. They straighten out down the backstretch. Leave and Roll continues to lead. Samuel Blue Chip on the outside. Towards the inside, Cousin Tumbleweed. Those two heads apart, second and third. Brady to Gronk on the outside, locked in. Be Cool Fool, followed by Great Pop-Up. Trapped in towards the inside, it's Vaquero. District Attorney towards the inside, and trail in the field, it's Waynepedia. 3/4 on the board here in 125-2. They're on the final turn. Leave and Roll continues to lead. It's Leave and Roll, and he's got the lead. In hot pursuit, Cousin Tumbleweed right there, stalking the pace setter. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home, and it's Leave and Roll set down for the stretch drive. Shaking loose on the outside, Cousin Tumbleweed towards the inside. Be Cool Fool, but coming down to the wire, it's all Leave and Roll in front. Time for the mile, 1:54-4. By Grin from Ear to Ear. Owned by John D'Antonio Jr. Trained by Erwin Rosenthal. Driven to a new lifetime record by Mike Stevenson. Leave and Roll, pacing the mile in 1:54 4/5. And the gate moves on to the backstretch. Race 6 pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing on the outside. There goes Rest Assured quickly out for the lead. Down inside, Level Up from between horses. Captain Terror on the outside. Moments That Matter comes away racing in fourth. Length back towards the inside, betting on Bobo, followed by Tim McMickey. On the outside, it's Magnum Force. Gap of a length and a half to Joe Pa Sweet Lou. And trail in the field, Keystone Micah. Panic turn the first time, driving up on the outside. Here comes Level Up. And Level Up comes on to get the lead. Quarter time goes in 27-3. They're in the stretch for the first time. And Drew Monty has Level Up on top by a length. Now second. Rest Assured, gap of 2.5 lengths to Captain Terror. Ground saving third. Next in line, it's Moments That Matter, followed up by Betting on Bobo. Length back to Tim McMickey. As they swing around the clubhouse turn from the back of the pack, moving up on the outside. There goes Keystone Micah, locked in. It's Magnum Force, and true on the field, it's Joe Pa's Sweet Lou. Halftime goes in 56-3. They straighten out down the backstretch. Level Up shows the way. Racing in second, Rest Assured. Moving up on the outside, here comes Captain Terror underway from third, followed by Moments That Matter at the pylons. Length back to Betting on Bobo. They round the fourth turn. On the outside, here comes Captain Terror, and Captain Terror on the outside comes on to get the lead. Draws clear, leads it by a length. 3/4 here in 1:25 flat. Around the final turn, Captain Terror has opened up a 2-length lead. Level Up racing in second. On the outside, Moments That Matter has moved into third. They're homeward bound, and it's all Captain Terror strutting out to a 5-length lead. On the outside, Moments That Matter, Level Up, deep stretch. It will be Captain Terror in front and going away. Time for the mile, 1:52-3. By Captain Treacherous, out of Pink Terror by Western Terror, owned by the Lundy Farms of Connecticut. Rudolph, the Riverview Racing Stable, and Tifi, trained by Domenico Ciceri. Driven to a new lifetime record by Bruce Ranger. That's a driving double for Bruce Ranger. And the gate moves on to the backstretch. 7th race Pacers and behind the gate. They're off and pacing on the outside. There goes Put to Right. Put to Right showing good early speed down inside. It's General Ward. What a Fool Believes comes away racing third. Walkett is dropped in fourth, followed by Sea Isle City on the outside. Gap of a length and a half to Roll with Dom, Force and Fury. And true on the field, that's Pacer Racer. Had to turn the first time. It's General Ward on top. General Ward leads it by a length. Quarter time goes in 26-4. They're in the stretch for the first time. And Bruce Ranger has General Ward on top by a length. Right there racing in second. Put to Right. Next in line, What a Fool Believes tracking in third. Followed up by Walk It, Talk It. Up on the outside, Force and Fury locked in. Sea Isle City. Followed by Roll with Dom. And true on the field, it's Pacer Racer. As they swing around the clubhouse turn, General Ward at 8-5 on the point. Pocket Trip. Put to Right there, racing in second up on the outside. Here comes Force and Fury on the march from third. Halftime goes in 56-3. They strain out down the backstretch. General Ward, and he's got the lead up on the outside. Force and Fury now second. Locked in towards the inside, Put to Right, racing in third. Roll with Dom on the outside, second over. Boxed in towards the inside, What a Fool Believes. Next in line, Walk It, Talk It. 3/4 on the board here in 1:24-2. They run the final turn. General Ward has been there every step of the way. Put to Right, giving chase. Towards the inside, up on the outside, 3 wide. Here comes Roll with Dom. Roll with Dom getting up on the outside, 3 wide. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. And they're all chasing General Ward. Shaking loose on the outside. Here comes Put to Right on the outside. Put to Right on the outside. General Ward responding. Deep stretch. It will be General Ward in front. Put to Right was second. What a Fool Believes was third. Time for the mile, 1:50. Out of Podge's Lady by the Ponderosa. Owned and trained by Melissa Beckwith. Driven to victory by Bruce Ranger. That is a driving triple hat trick for Bruce Ranger. General Ward pacing the mile in 1:52 flat. And the gate moves on to the backstretch. 8th race Pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. A Sarah Tancredi steps out for the lead. Right alongside it's Express Delight and Real Lady City on the outside, 3 wide third. Far outside, Rightfully Mine. Down inside, Avery's Hailstorm. Gap of 2 lengths to Susie Blue Chip. Then comes Emma Sue Hanover. And true on the field, it's Frills and Lace. Paddock turn the first time. Express Delight in on the front end. She leads it by a length. Opening quarter on the board goes in 26-4. They're in the stretch for the first time. And John Nason has Express Delight in, showing the way by a length over Real Lady City up on the outside with a rush. Here comes Rightfully Mine. And Rightfully Mine on the outside comes on to get the lead. Express Delight in now back to second. As they swing around the clubhouse turn down inside racing in third, it's Real Lady Sadie, gap of 4 lengths. At the pylons, it's Saratin Queedy. Moving up on the outside, there goes Susie Blue Chip. They're halfway home in 58 seconds flat. They straighten out down the backstretch. Sean Gray has Rightfully Mine on top here, showing the way by 3. Moving up on the outside now, second, Real Lady Sadie. Towards the inside, racing in third. Express the Line in up on the outside, Susie Blue Chip, followed by Emma Sue Hanover. Gap of 2. On the outside, Frills and Lace, 3/4 on the board here in 124 and 2. They're on the final turn. Rightfully Mine strides out to a 3-length lead. Towards the inside, racing in second. Susie Blue Chip, Emma Sue Hanover trying to close the gap on the outside third. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home, and they're all chasing Rightfully Mine, showing the way by 3. Through the stretch, it's all Rightfully Mine. Racing in second, Real Lady Sadie. Deep stretch. It will be Rightfully Mine in full command. Time for the mile, 153 and 2. Returning to the winner's circle, number 7, Rightfully Mine. A 3-year-old roan filly by American Ideal. Have Leah by Jet Log. Owned by Anthony Scussel and Moni Cohen. Trained by Sheena McElhaney. Driven to victory by Sean Gray. Rightfully Mine pacing the mile in 153 and 2/5. And the gate moves onto the backstretch. 9th race pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing. There goes Sylvia Trench out for the lead. Far outside, there goes Powered by Mock. Cornered Beach towards the inside. From between horses, Always Rock with Roll. Length back to Regal Electron. Followed up by She's a Fireball. Then comes Kitty Hoyne. Gap of a length and a half to For Chip's Sake. And true on the field, that's Tempera Hanover. Paddock turn the first time. It's Powered by Mock on the front end. She leads it by a length. Opening quarter on the board goes in 27 and 2. They're in the stretch for the first time. Andrew Monty has Powered by Mock on top by a length. Sylvia Trench right there, a snug second. Always Rock with Roll, third. Up on the outside, Regal Electron. On the way from fourth, locked in. Cornered Beach racing in fifth. Up on the outside, She's a Fireball. Kitty Hoyne on the rim as they swing around the clubhouse turn. Down inside For Chip's Sake and true on the field, it's Tempera Hanover. Halftime goes in 56 and 4. They strain out down the backstretch. Powered by Mock. Long shot here at 15 to 1 on top. With a rush on the outside. Here it comes. Always Rock with Roll now second. Sylvia Trench boxed in towards the inside, racing third. She's a Fireball on the outside. Racing in fourth. They round the fourth turn. It's Powered by Mock with a short lead. Always Rock with Roll right there on the outside. Those two heads apart for the lead. 3/4 here in 124 and 4. They're on the final turn. Powered by Mock. Digs in. Always Rock with Roll right there on the outside. There, stride 4, stride up on the outside. 3 wide. Here comes She's a Fireball gaining ground. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home from between horses. Always Rock with Roll on the grandstand side. Here comes She's a Fireball. They're coming from everywhere. Powered by Mock is still there. Up the pylon, Sylvia Trench at the wire. They are heads apart. Time for the mile, 154 and 1. A 4-year-old mare by Mach 3. At a power outage by Cam Luck. Owned by the Fox Racing Stable. Trained by Jimmy Nickerson. Driven to a new lifetime record by Drew Monty. Powered by Mock, pacing the mile at 154 and 1/5. And the gate moves on to the backstretch. 10th race pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. Know Your Role sent out for the lead. On the outside, Chase the Clouds away. Down inside, Sweet Style. Up on the outside, it's Hired Luck. Gap of 2 lengths to Surreal Syra. Royalty again. And true on the field, it's Mouth Watering. Paddock turned the first time, driving up on the outside. Here comes Chase the Clouds Away. And Chase the Clouds Away comes on to get the lead. Racing in second, it's Know Your Roll. Opening quarter on the board goes in 26 and 2. They're in the stretch for the first time. Rolling up on the outside, here comes Drew Monty with Know Your Roll. And Know Your Roll draws clear. Chase the Clouds Away back to second. Hired Luck right there in third. Sweet Style pacing the pylons in fourth. Followed up by Surreal Syra. Royalty again. And true on the field, it's Mouth Watering as they swing around the clubhouse turn. Know Your Roll at 8-5. On top by a length, Chase the Clouds Away right there. Racing in second up on the outside, advancing. Here comes Sweet Style from third. Halftime goes in 55 seconds flat. They straighten out down the backstretch. Know Your Roll on top by a length. Up on the outside, Sweet Style. Towards the inside, Chase the Clouds Away. Locked in towards the inside, Hired Luck. Racing in fourth up on the outside, it's Surreal Syra. Trapped in towards the inside, Royalty again. And still trolling the field, nothing yet from Mouth Watering. 3/4 up in 123 and 2. Around the final bend. Know Your Roll continues to lead. Shaking loose on the outside. Here comes Chase the Clouds Away. Chase the Clouds Away moving up on the outside. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home on the grandstand side. Chase the Clouds Away takes command. Know Your Roll back to second up on the outside. Here comes Hired Luck gaining ground. Hired Luck on the far outside. Chase the Clouds Away. Deep stretch. It will be Chase the Clouds Away in front. Time for the mile, 152 and 4. Christopher Petrelli, driven to a new lifetime record by Kevin Switzer Jr. That is a driving double for Kevin Switzer Jr. Chase the Clouds Away, pacing the mile in 1. And the gate moves on to the back stretch. Night Camp Pacers in behind the gate, 11th and final here at Plainridge Park. They're off and pacing from the inside as Six Finger Freddy tries for the lead right alongside Western Thunder. Star Island comes away racing third as they drive into the first turn. Next Shot racing in fourth, followed by Boogie Woogie J. And on the field, it's Pembroke Hattrick. Midway through the paddock turn the first time, it's Western Thunder. Western Thunder on top by a length. Right there in second is Six Finger Freddy. Star Island moving up towards the inside third as they pace by the opening quarter in 28 and 1. They're in the stretch for the first time, driving up on the outside. Here comes Six Finger Freddy. And Nick Raffam puts Six Finger Freddy on top by a length. Western Thunder now back to second. Star Island right there in third. Next Shot is fourth, followed up by Boogie Woogie J. And true on the field, it's Pembroke Hattrick as they swing around the clubhouse turn. Six Finger Freddy showing the way 3 parts of a length, motoring up on the outside. Here comes Star Island. And now Star Island on the outside comes on to get the lead. Halftime goes in 57 and 2. They straighten out down the backstretch, heading toward that 3/4 mile marker. It's Star Island on the outside, 3 parts of a length, battling back towards the inside, Six Finger Freddy. Boogie Woogie J poised on the outside, racing third and locked in. Western Thunder racing in fourth. Pembroke Hattrick on the outside. True on the field, it's Next Shot. 3/4 here in 125 and 3. They run the final turn. Six Finger Freddy takes back the lead. It's Six Finger Freddy with the lead. Moving up on the outside, 3 wide. Here comes Boogie Woogie J. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. And Boogie Woogie J on the outside takes command. Battling back towards the inside, Six Finger Freddy. Six Finger Freddy is game. It will be Six Finger Freddy in front. Boogie Woogie J was second. Western Thunder third. Time for the mile, 154 and 2. By Better's Delight. Had a Mockingbird by Mach 3, owned by Randy Bickmore, and Teresa Colston, trained by Randy Bickmore. Driven to victory by Nick Raffam. Six Finger Freddy pacing the mile in 154 and 2/5.